T&E presents Beauty Babes Unite, where fashion and beauty trends and the people behind them are explored and given a voice. Beauty Babes Unite. Please visit tnemagazine.com to subscribe and enter promo code BBU to get 30% off your subscription. Beauty Babes Unite. Greg Alterman, founder of MF People, believes in the concept of less is everything. His brand is all about calmness, functionality, efficiency, and creating products of exceptional quality with a clean design. For more information about MF People and the products, please visit mfpeople.com and stay tuned for your chance to win a free MF People gift bag.
Hi everyone, I'm Chenelle.
And I'm Crystal.
I love hair and fashion.
And I love beauty.
And together we are
Beauty Babes Unite. So today we had Greg Alterman, founder of MF People.
Yes, he told us a lot about his brand and how he focuses on a gender-neutral and simplified brand that everyone can relate to and utilize. Also, if you're an entrepreneur that's trying to get your brand off the ground, this is the perfect interview for you. What you're going to learn today is about Greg Alterman of MF People and how he has had the ability through adversity to actually build a successful brand. And he is also going to provide a promotion for his product, and you can use the code BBU, which is also what you can use to subscribe to the magazine.
We have a great giveaway for you, including a bunch of beauty products from MF People just for you. So stay tuned. Well, thank you, Greg, for having us here today in your office. Beautiful office, by the way.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So today we want to go ahead and talk to you about your brand here, MF People. So basically, well, where did this come from?
Oh wow, this was a sort of a dream that happened while I was. I guess I'm gonna go right into it, huh? I was recovering from a brain hemorrhage that I had approximately 2.5 years ago.
That is crazy.
A random event that, knock on, I guess, metal, here's wood. I had a near-death experience at my house one morning, and while I was recovering from the hemorrhage itself, which was about a month later, I was in the ICU for about 3 weeks, and I had a chance to really, well, for one, I was at home for a long period of time, and I had a chance to really dive into what are the things that I do on a daily basis to just simply get out of the house. We all do the same types of things. We shower, we go through our routine, we use the bathroom, we go to the closet, we put our clothes on, and we eventually get out of the house. That was my big thing every day, just to be able to do that, and sort of I had a chance to really dive into the steps that I was particularly taking. And then I also had a chance to look deep into what my wife was doing. And we were doing the same things, except she was doing hers with, purple and blue and red bottles, and I was doing mine with, yellow and orange and green bottles, and it was just an absolute mess in our bathroom. Now, we live in Malibu, California, overlooking the ocean, and it was, in a beautiful home with a beautiful bathroom, but it was actually being ruined. The aesthetic was being ruined in the bathroom with our products. And so I was like, there has to be a better way for both male and female to be able to utilize the same products. Skin is skin, right, for the most part, and we all are using products that are sort of marketed to us as a male or a female, or as, with this scent or that scent. And so I wanted to take all of that out of the equation and really focus on a unisex offer that would sort of be a uniform aesthetic in the home and architecturally, be a positive accent to your home. So that's where it all came from, and that's why we're sitting here. Of course, there's an apparel component as well, from bathroom to closet, sort of how you get out of the house and keeping things just super simple.
Was it easy to make that negotiation on color with your wife?
Well, I mean, white is, it's kind of a white and black thing.
Yeah.
Or actually white and deep charcoal gray are our two colors that we utilize in pretty much everything, even down to, the embroidery or the underbill or, the print on our bottles. We're pretty specific when it comes to all of the DNA in our brand and every component that makes it up. So we're even down to the soft touch materials in our bottles or the cottons that we're using. Everything is the highest of quality, but we're just really wanting to be at an attainable price point.
So going back to your brain hemorrhage, I know that's a very traumatic event and a lot of people don't survive something like that. So I would say that's miraculous.
Thank you.
However, I'm not sure if you had time to think while you're in ICU or if you can do any of those things, what was one thought that went through your head during that time?
Oh man, that was that was a moment where I do remember quite a bit, and it is miraculous that I am alive today. There was about a 70% chance that I was going to be done. I was dead on the way to the hospital. I luckily live at the base of this canyon in Malibu, and there's a fire station right at the where PCH meets my street. And when I dialed 911 myself, because nobody was home, they got there in like a minute. So that was a really lucky part of me surviving this awful, traumatic event. And even after that, I guess there's about the remaining percentage that actually live. You have about another 75% chance from the ones who live to tell their story of you actually having some type of cognitive or neurological issue moving forward. I somehow or another got back to normal, and I guess it's just luck. But as I was sitting there, I did dream up the fact. Well, I was in the juice business at the time. I was the cold pressed juice business here in Los Angeles, and that was after having ended a 25-year career for myself in my first-born company, Alternative Apparel. Is a t-shirt company we just recently sold to Hanes brands.
Okay.
So I had just walked out basically after 25 years. It was my firstborn. It was I just wanted to do something more creative, so I stepped into the cold pressed juice industry at the time. And so when I had the hemorrhage, that's what I was doing. While I'm in the hospital recovering, I had a chance to think, what do I want to be when I grow up, I guess. I mean, while I'm fighting for my life. But as it relates to this, it just was something that I've always wanted to sort of have a second chance at apparel, and also adding this sort of fashion meets beauty component. So a brand that really stands for both fashion and beauty. There aren't that many out there doing both, and I felt that there was a wide open space specifically in the unisex offering category. So that's why I'm doing this. And for male, female, MF, people, for all people, certainly this slash in the logo represents sort of the fine line in between male and female today. This political sort of place that we're at, where you can actually get your driver's license if you're female and you decide you're not female anymore, you're male. You can have male on your driver's license. You can enter a unisex bathroom. I mean, all of our laws are sort of being rewritten today, and so it's an interesting time that we're living in regards to gender, and sort of redefining what's what, and that's why we're here.
And now a word from Greg Alterman of MF People.
I'm Greg Alterman. I'm the founder of MF People. This is my third born business in a 30-year career, starting in the apparel business. But It's really a lifestyle brand that we've created. It's a genderless, sort of gender neutral, unisex lifestyle brand that we really want to appeal to all people, male, female, and all people. We've developed a skincare line and apparel line, and really are trying to promote sort of the basics, the essentials for everyday use. And really that was the basis and the reason for being for this company. mfpeople.com is where you can get the products today, and you'll be seeing them soon on the shelves of a lot of top retailers.
Let's talk more about the products now. So you said they're made of the finest quality products. Who do you work with to
Well, I
receive
can't
that?
tell you exactly who I work with, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that the manufacturing partners that I've chosen to do business with are manufacturing for some of the highest quality brands in the world. And so I know what's in the bottle, and a lot of times, you don't know what you're getting if you're buying the marketing that they're spending or you're buying the product in the bottle. In this case, all of our costs are really going in the bottle as opposed to being wasted on ads or whatever, that what you actually get in there is sort of, not so great.
Yeah.
So it's of medicinal quality, actually, and we've worked with a lot of in the lab and with some development partners who have a medical background, so a dermatological background. As far as those, the skincare part of the line. With the apparel part, of course, we're using 100% Peruvian Pima cotton, which if you haven't worn Pima, it's a little different than your regular run-of-the-mill cotton. It's the longest staple in the world. So analogously speaking, what we're doing with apparel versus what we're doing with the ingredients in our skincare, there is an analogy there in the sense that we're just not cutting any corners, we're not using any fillers, and we're using the best quality ingredients that we can find, which translate into, a great product, as long as you don't screw something up along the way.
Yeah.
It's similar to how when you go grab something to eat, if something's made with top ingredients and you then taste that final taste of what it is, you know that even if it's down to like a quality of a sea salt on your hamburger, just using that as an example, that could make a difference in the end result. And so we're just not cutting any corners with anything is the biggest message, I guess.
And definitely circling back to how you were referencing that your products are made mostly for male and female, or completely, I should say. I noticed that a lot of your apparel, the fit for the women, although it is made for men and women, it has a very nice shape to it. And I wanted to know who was able to help you in the designing process for the female portion of MF People.
Well, okay, so I've been in the apparel business for 30 years,
Right.
And so I've have really been part of shaping the fashion in sort of athleisure as alternative apparel.
Wow.
I've been designing t-shirts for 30 years, so that was kind of me as far as what the line is.
Yeah.
And that's the part that I really take the most pride in is the design. I do have a great team of people that I brought with me from alternative, and so everybody has a say in here as far as like looking to shape garments and the details of a sleeve or how it drapes or things. We all kind of talk collectively and democratically about those types of things. But when it comes down to it, most of the line and the offer was something that I felt were the most sort of, I guess, important basics to start a line with.
I really like the line. I gotta mention that. I haven't tried any of your clothes, but I definitely need to. I have tried your beauty products, and I gotta say, I love the body scrub.
Oh.
Absolutely love that texture, everything. what is one of your favorite products?
Well, the body scrub is one of my favorites, but it's probably my second or third favorite. My first favorite is the Super Face Scrub, or Super Scrub Face is what we call it.
I tried that too.
And it is made of finely milled aluminum oxide crystals, and it's super. I mean, it feels like a super fine, almost sandpaper, because it is gritty and sort of loose in its texture, like sand. But it's of course a milled. In fact, I think is there one
That's
of
the
them there?
night cream, and that is the face cream.
Okay, so we don't have
So
one
we'll
on the
have it
table,
here.
but that's probably my number one favorite. I think another favorite of mine is the Charcoal Toothpaste. Super great quality. You want to grab one of those?
Here we go, the
So if you
super.
see here, this one, it has, it's got a grittiness to it. I don't know if you can catch any of that. But you want to feel a little bit?
Sure.
You can.
Yes.
It will. If you're not careful, and you scrub a little bit too hard, you can definitely take a little layer off. But if you do it properly, just gently and for, I don't know, 45 seconds to a minute, twice a week, you will end up with, I mean, I'm like 80 years old, so I mean, I use this stuff on a
Found a few
regular
good in
basis.
that bottle
Okay.
in scrub form.
Reduce your age by half.
Yes. There you go.
Definitely using that. Okay, so here's the charcoal toothpaste.
Yes.
Does that have any
That's another great
extra benefits to it?
one. It does, actually. We've got all sorts of interesting ingredients in this. Well, for one, the xylitol is an interesting, helps with tooth decay. We've also got the charcoal, the activated charcoal in this, which will pull the toxins out of your mouth. I mean, not like, you know, free radicals attach themselves to charcoal, as you know, from like poisoning in the stomach or whatever. And so, like, same theory with the toothpaste. It goes in super black, and you actually think, you're like, oh my god, am I staining my teeth? And it ends up being like pulling anything off of it and really creating a super clean feel. We want to be a little bit different also, because it's hard to compete against Crest or, you know, AIM or whoever else you're competing against in toothpaste. We needed something, a differential factor, and so that was ours.
I can definitely feel the difference in the products. So like the face scrub, the body scrub. I haven't tried the toothpaste, but I've heard about charcoal toothpaste. I did not know. I wasn't educated on all the benefits.
You want to give it a shot
And
right here?
so
let's taste a little
can I
bit.
get a toothbrush somewhere?
It's not gonna hurt you. It's
We're gonna
it
taste
is.
it right now.
Here, just give it a little. Put your finger in it.
All right, so I'm
So
gonna
show
try
you how
this.
safe it is.
I'll do it with you. There you go.
Oh, I put it on my teeth.
I
Get
definitely
it in
did
there.
both. It tastes great. The mint,
It's surprisingly fresh, right?
yeah, the mint that you've added to it is nothing like a regular charcoal toothpaste, because if you go straight for the charcoal or any other mixture, usually they don't have a kind
flavor
of like
at all.
a flavor or like a freshening flavor, I should say.
It's
this is
super
safe
fresh.
to swallow?
Yeah. It's
Yeah, just
it
spit it
has to
out.
be if it's toothpaste. No, it's like a mint.
Yeah, it was great.
So you know, it has to be digestible, being toothpaste. In
Yeah.
case you do swallow, you need to be safe. So it is safe. I could eat this entire bottle. I don't want to, but I would, I guess, to prove a point. But you know, it is surprising in that it's fresh.
Is your team considering a mouth rinse next?
We actually made one, and it was the one problem that we had with our entire line. We developed 28 products. We have a mouthwash. The mouthwash was delivered to us, and we weren't able to sell the mouthwash because all of the bottles, for whatever reason, became dented.
Oh my
In a
gosh.
delivery. It was a nightmare, and so we're kind of redoing that now. But we developed one, and it's a
Yeah.
great one.
How did
Just
you
that
prevent that
particular-
going forward?
Well,
with
it
shipping
was
and
interesting
your
because
products?
what was happening was we found out the hard way that there was a heat factor that if it rose above a certain temperature, which we think that's what happened, and some of it was sort of like it was the opposite of exploding, so it was imploding. But it looked like it was kind of like there was like a suction pressure happening from inside the bottle, and it just wasn't a good look, so we didn't sell that. Nothing wrong with them, but it just didn't look proper when we were gonna place the delivery. So I guess 1 out of 28 that went wrong.
Yeah.
That was one of the ones that went wrong
That's fine.
for us.
Okay, so about these products, I see on the website that you guys don't have a brick and mortar store. Where can we find the products?
Right now, we're available on our own site, which we're distributing ourselves, mfpeople.com. We are starting to penetrate from a wholesale perspective. We have the entire line being offered in New York and Los Angeles showrooms to the trade, so a little B2B is coming. We just started that about a month ago in both skincare and apparel. So we will see it in the stores very soon, as to how we'll be growing.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then before our interview, you told us that you have a special announcement about your brand.
Yes. Actually, tomorrow, I guess we're filming on the 19th of February today, right? Tomorrow is an announcement from Fast Company. We're one of 10 companies being named to the most innovative new corporate list that they just came out with, one of 10 in the world. So our concept that I guess they're viewing it with the genderless sort of component and the minimalist sort of lens, that they're viewing as sort of being one of the more relevant and innovative concepts. So it's a great honor.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah.
And so let's go back to your upbringing. Let's talk about your...
Yeah, you had mentioned that you are not a California native.
I am not. I'm a Southern boy from Atlanta. I grew up in Atlanta and lived there up until the point I went to college. I actually went to college to play golf, and sophomore year of college, I actually had decided this was no longer for me, the golf, which is why I went directly into printing my own T-shirts and selling my own T-shirts in the dorms, which eventually got me into a business that I just kept going from the time I was 19. So that was my firstborn, Alternative Apparel. In which case, just literally a couple months ago, like I said, we just were acquired by Hanes brands, Hanes T-shirts. So that was a 30-year span of...
That's awesome. That was
Never
a long
very
span.
Very long.
Hit a big one.
Yeah.
Were you thinking about all this stuff when you were 19?
No, I was not. I was not thinking about any of it, and made a lot of mistakes along the way, and still making mistakes because you just it's
Try to learn.
It is, and especially when you're dealing with fabrics like we're dealing with, and that are super delicate, and that have a tendency to grow. Depending on if you're sweating or playing sports in them or, stretching them or whatever. There's a lot of different factors, and I personally like the super thin T-shirts, the ones that you can barely feel that are even on your body, that have a lot of give. I mean, like if you look at that, so there's a certain amount of bounce that you have to knit into the fabrics. And
Right.
So what advice do you have for entrepreneurs?
Go with your gut instinct. I think I always use that philosophy, and every time I've ever not gone with my gut instinct, I've been sorry that I didn't. I think that if you have your finger on the pulse of your business or something you want to do in general in business, To go against your own sort of intuition is a no-no. And I every time I've ever done that, I've been sorry. So that's probably the best advice I could give to any entrepreneur.
That's very good advice.
Yes. And going back to college, so you went to college for golf and you sold shirts, but what was your major?
Sociology. So I didn't ever take a business course. I just had to kind of learn on my own about business in general. And what I experienced in college with the business and growing the business was my crash course on the job experience. So.
Was there a designer at the time that had motivated you or inspired you?
Well, I really wasn't doing anything at the time very technical. I was using, ironically, Hanes beefy tees to print my t-shirts on at the time in college. I was printing up designs and using readily available shirts. I was just becoming increasingly frustrated as to what shirts were available to print on. And so that's what led me to creating my own shirts and sort of redefining what I thought a good blank t-shirt was under my own brand.
Yeah.
So usually it was Fruit of the Loom or Champion or Hanes or one of those brands that are still out there in the market today. And that's where Alternative came from.
It sounds like your story with Hanes is coming full circle.
It definitely came full circle.
Yeah.
Well, we really appreciate your time here today.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you.
It was a great interview, and we loved your story.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you for taking the time today.
Thank you.
And now a word from Greg Alterman of MF People.
I'm Greg Alterman. I've created a brand, MF People, here, which is really a lifestyle brand for both skincare and apparel, going from the bathroom to the closet on your daily sort of routine. And part of really the DNA of the brand is to offer the best quality in the ingredients that we can and put it in the bottle or in the cotton, whatever, so you can just have the best quality experience and at a very attainable price point. Part of some of the what we believe in is using the finest ingredients of Pima cotton that you'll find, Peruvian Pima cotton, which has the longest staple of any cotton known, and produces the softest hand in clothing and some of the longest lasting, most durable products also. So that's just one example. That sort of is analogous with our skincare line as well. We really use no fillers in our products in the least amounts of ingredients possible. So what we're all about is really staying simple. Less is everything, and we make a few exceptional things exceptionally well. That's really sort of our motto and what we promise to you as a consumer.
And now for Beauty Babes Unite's review of MF People's beauty products.
Hi everyone, I'm Chenelle.
And I'm Crystal.
We're here at TNE headquarters today, and we are actually testing out, or actually just going to talk about the products from MF People that we are absolutely in love with. Which one's your favorite?
My favorite is actually the face scrub. It's a super scrub face, actually. And the super scrub body. These are two of my favorite products.
Okay, so I would have to say mine was also the Super Scrub. I used that on a night where I had just had the longest day ever, and I got home and I just felt like I needed a complete cleanse on my face, and instead of using benzoyl peroxide like I normally do, I actually used the scrub instead. And surprisingly, the scrub made my skin feel absolutely brand new. It's more so of a powdery substance that you can put on your face. I would recommend to do it after you wash your face. Usually for myself, I use face wash that doesn't have salicylic acid in it, so that you aren't using any kind of acne fighting products while you're washing your face. And using the Super Scrub, you can often irritate your face if you're acne prone. So what I did was I used a simple face wash, and then I used the Super Scrub, and then after that I did use the moisturizer, which is this one right here, the hyaluronic face cream. And then my routine also involves the transformation oil. All 3 of these made my skin feel absolutely brand new.
Yeah, and like she said, here is the scrub. It's like little crystals, or little tiny refined crystals. This is amazing because it's not too harsh on your skin, but it definitely does something to your skin, makes it really smooth. So, like her, I start out with simple face wash. That does a really good job at removing all of my makeup. Then, after that, use the scrub on my face. And then at night, I actually also use the face cream as well. I use this during the day, and the day too, and it works. I love it. I really, really love it because I have oily skin, and this has really, like, it's been amazing on my skin. I really like it. I feel like my skin is less oily, but
yeah, me too.
Really? Yeah. Okay. So like, I don't know. I definitely recommend this then.
I know that they say like the style right now is like to have that nice shine on your face.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've been living that our whole life. Yeah, the dewy look.
We don't need any more of that.
We've been living it our whole life. If we can just be fresh in the morning without completely drying out our face, that's the first thing we want. So if we can be completely dry on our faces and then kind of get a semi-dewy look by the end of the day, that's exactly what we want. So that product gave it to us, and that was great.
So, I have a hard time saying this. The hyaluronic. Okay, so that acid, that actually has anti-aging properties, and it's really, really good for dry skin. So it's actually a hydrating property. So we have oily skin. It still works for us. It's amazing. So check it out.
Side note, this is not a moisturizer that's going to sit on top of your skin. I know with a lot of moisturizers, and Greg Alterman also talked about that within the interview that we did. He was mentioning how a lot of the moisturizers nowadays just sit on top of your skin. If you put this moisture on immediately after you get out the shower, you can automatically just feel it absorbing into your skin. Your skin doesn't feel dry. It doesn't feel like you have any kind of film on top of it. And for me, honestly, that was perfect because it's not making my face oily by the end of the day.
No, it doesn't feel greasy at all.
And I hate that I sound repetitive, but it's like the goal is just not have oil, like, or a lot of oil. So I'd say it was really good for me.
Yeah. So you tried the Glycolic Herbal Face Toner.
Yes, I
How
did.
do you like it?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I've completely let go of using everything that I was doing in my routine before, and it's only been like 5 days, and my skin, I can just feel it changing, which also means I'm gonna have to buy a different foundation in like 4 days because my skin's getting lighter. That's cool. But it's getting lighter in the essence of lightening the scars on my face. So with that, your complexion does start to change a little bit at the same time if you have darker brown skin. So you have to be aware of that when you're putting on makeup. Just a quick beauty tip. But I love it. And honestly, I feel like my face removes so much more after that. So if I'm wearing makeup, I'm usually washing my face, and then I get out the shower, I use a cotton pad, I put the toner on, and you can literally see the makeup that is usually still on your face. The face wash can't get everything, unless you're using a spin brush, but that's a different conversation. But the face wash cannot get everything, and the toner absolutely takes it all away and just starts you over. And at night is definitely the best time that you use the toner, and then also use the moisturizer and the transformation oil.
Ooh, we'll get into that one next. But this one, all you need is a cotton swab. Pour it on the cotton swab and swipe your face after cleansing.
You're good to go.
There you go.
Yep.
So this. Let's talk about this.
Oh, I'm so
Transformation oil.
Oh, I'm so excited about the transformation oil. Okay, so I was using that one probably because the weather just randomly got cold and I didn't really know what to do. So I decided just to kind of search through my things, and I realized that, oh, I have this transformation oil, I should really try it. So I read the ingredients. First off, this product actually has, is it jojoba? Jojoba?
Jojoba.
Okay, none of us know how to say it. I'm gonna skip past
I'm
it.
not confident in saying that.
Okay, well, my favorites were that and the actual seed oil, and I saw that it had coconut oil in this. So another tip that's just kind of a sidetrack again is that I actually use coconut oil to remove my makeup. I use coconut oil and then I use face wash, and then I'm going ahead and doing the whole routine that we had previously talked about. So the transformation oil for me, I've just been putting a dab on it, dab on my face, here, chin, and nose, and just rubbing it all in. And you feel moisturized the next morning. Usually when I use facial oils, I wake up with a couple zits because, you know, the oils are all mixing together and then clogging my skin. Well, that's what I think it's doing. I'm no esthetician, but that's my theory. They're all against me. But this oil is perfect. So I don't know. It's just amazing for me.
Yeah, and so this also has hydrating properties, so it's great for dry skin or oily skin because oily skin also needs oil. So it works well with oil.
It's perfect.
It is. And so we didn't really touch on the Super Scrub Body yet, but this right here, okay, so I don't know if anybody has this problem where you use like a body scrub and you feel like it's too soft, like it's not doing anything for you.
I mean, I never want it to be too rough. So
Well, never too rough,
I know.
but never too like soft either. This is, I finally found this scrub where it felt like it was actually doing something.
Oh,
It was
okay.
actually, you know, stripping off those dead cells.
Yeah.
So I really like that about this. But it didn't hurt.
That's good.
Didn't
Yeah,
take off my skin.
actually, I've had a body scrub that was too harsh, and I did try out the body scrub, and it was the perfect texture. I remember the one I had, the beads were like way too big, and I felt like you almost feel like you're leaving scratch marks on your skin when you're really not. It's not fun. So that one was the best one.
There it goes. Okay. So here is the body scrub. So it is a gel. It has little crystals in there again. And so it's a kind of a rough texture. However, it's not too big and it's not too small. And it feels really good. I really love this.
I like that the gel texture isn't overpowering for the microbeads either. So you get the best of both, honestly, when you use it. Okay, so we both haven't tried the lotion. We were saving that for here. So Crystal, would you like to open it?
No, we're going to try it right now. So let's go ahead and just put some of this. We're going to show you.
I'll take a hint.
Ooh.
Get a lotion.
Here, put that on your skin.
Would you like this?
Good.
Okay. Now this lotion also has tiny microbeads in it that also help to exfoliate, but they also disappear. It's really nice.
Ooh, I like the consistency of this. It's it's like thinner. It's not too thick and it's not too watery. It's thin and really, really smooth. It's like silky. So,
Yeah, I think I'm going to live by this lotion as well.
yeah.
Okay, so if you were wondering, MF People is the only product that I plan to use now.
Me too. So, that is definitely a go. I recommend trying that. And then here's the lip balm. This has an SPF of 15 in it. So
very important.
It's very important to have SPF on your face, but also protect your lips. So it's just regular lip balm right there. And you can wear it. It's clear. You can wear it underneath your lipstick, underneath your lip gloss.
Yep.
And it's very nourishing for you. How is that?
Let's wait 3
Okay, what
seconds.
else?
Okay, so what I would like to touch on is the Charcoal Toothpaste. Last but not least, I love it so much. Okay, so charcoal, everybody knows, everyone's doing a charcoal kind of toothpaste, but aside from charcoal having the whitening effect, it's also going to remove more bacteria from your mouth than regular toothpaste normally. This charcoal toothpaste actually does that. It has charcoal in it. It has a bit of mint extract, so you still have that fresh feeling that our brains are kind of auto-tuned to at this point. We are definitely from a generation with Colgate and Crest and every artificial flavoring for toothpaste. Well, he's putting real flavoring into this toothpaste so that we still have that effect while we're using charcoal. So after I used the charcoal toothpaste, honestly, my mouth just felt completely fresh, like more fresh than using Colgate and Listerine. I use this and Listerine now, and I'm a happy camper. Maybe one day I'll switch to completely organic, but there's just some things I still, won't change naturally.
Yeah, so the charcoal toothpaste, like in the interview with Gary Alterman from MF People, he did mention that charcoal, it pulls out toxins not only from your skin, but it will pull out toxins from like your gums, your teeth, like pulls it all out. So it has those cleaning properties. That action can actually happen in your mouth. So that's pretty cool.
So I think that concludes
Actually, one more thing.
Really?
Yes.
Oh no!
This Super Rich Shampoo, I used it today on my hair. And this has the scent of kumquat. So that's the smell of it, and I really, really like it.
It actually smells really good.
Yeah,
I can smell it. You just flipped it, and I got like this waft.
Yeah. So this shampoo, it has high foaming action. I have used it a few times, and I get compliments on how shiny my hair is when I use it, and so I really like it. I recommend this and the conditioner.
Ladies, I have not tried it yet. So once I try it, the world will know. Now, I think that actually does conclude.
That does conclude.
Okay.
All of this.
Yes. So in summary, if you're looking for just simplified products that don't have a million ingredients, it's the best product to choose. I mean, I've been living by 3 or 4 of these products, and I plan to live by all of them by the end of next week. So I'm Chenelle.
And I'm Crystal.
And we are Beauty Babes Unite.
Thank you for watching our podcast today, and be sure to use our code BBU to subscribe to the magazine, which will enter you to win a gift basket of beauty products from MF People.
Also, if you'd like a discount on your beauty products or apparel by MF People, be sure to use promo code BBU also for 30% off. Thank you again for watching, and stay tuned for our next podcast.